Most drivers use about 30% of what their car can actually do. Today, 18 hidden car features that most drivers never realize their vehicle already has. Starting with feature 18, one-touch lane change turn signal. Changing lanes on a busy highway means holding the turn signal stalk down the entire time, which takes a hand off the wheel at exactly the moment full control matters most. What most drivers do not realize is that a quick tap of the stalk without clicking it into the full lock position activates the signal for exactly 3 blinks, and then cancels automatically. No holding required. The hand stays on the wheel the entire time. This feature has been standard on most vehicles sold in the last 15 years, but the majority of drivers have never tried a light tap instead of a full push. Once this becomes a habit, full clicking the stalk for a lane change starts to feel unnecessarily clunky. Some vehicles even let you adjust the number of blinks per tap through the settings menu, typically between 3 and 5. It is one of the most used features on any vehicle that has it, and one of the least discovered on vehicles where the driver has never tried it. Secret number 17, child safety door locks on rear doors. A child opens the rear door while the car is still moving. It is one of the most dangerous scenarios any parent can face in a vehicle. What most drivers do not realize is that every car sold in the United States has a physical child safety lock built into every rear door, and it has been a federal requirement for decades. Open the rear door and look at the edge of the door itself, near the latch mechanism. There is a small switch or lever, sometimes requiring a key to turn, that disables the interior door handle completely. When activated, the rear door can only be opened from the outside. The person inside can pull the handle all day, and the door will not budge. It is not electronic. It is a simple mechanical override that works whether the car is running or not, whether the battery is alive or dead. Most parents discover this feature only after a close call. Finding it now, when nothing has happened yet, is a 2-minute check that could prevent the worst moment of any parent's life. Secret number 16, telescoping steering wheel adjustment. Most drivers know the steering wheel tilts up and down. What the majority never discover is that on most modern vehicles, the steering wheel also telescopes in and out, moving closer to or further from the driver by several inches. The adjustment lever is the same one used for tilt. Pull it, push the wheel toward the dashboard or pull it closer to the chest, then lock it back in place. The difference in driving comfort is dramatic, especially for drivers with longer or shorter arms who have been compensating with seat position alone. What few drivers realize is that proper steering wheel distance is a critical safety factor. In an accident, a wheel position too close increases the risk of airbag injury. The recommended distance between the center of the steering wheel and the driver's chest is at least 10 inches. Adjusting the telescope, not just the tilt, is how that distance is properly set. Most drivers spend years in a slightly uncomfortable driving position because they never tried pushing or pulling the wheel after unlocking the adjustment lever. Secret number 15, follow me home headlights. Walking from the car to the front door in complete darkness is something millions of drivers deal with every night. What most do not realize is that many vehicles have a feature that keeps the headlights on for 30 to 90 seconds after the car is locked, lighting the path to the door before automatically switching off. On most vehicles, this feature is activated by flashing the high beams once after turning the engine off, but before exiting the car. On others, it is a setting buried in the infotainment menu under lighting or exterior settings. The headlights stay on, illuminate the walkway, and then shut off on their own. No going back to turn them off. No dead battery in the morning. Some vehicles allow the duration to be adjusted from 15 seconds up to several minutes, depending on how far the parking spot is from the entrance. It is one of those features that feels like a luxury addition until the first time it is used on a dark, rainy night. After that, it becomes a nightly habit. Secret number 14, auto hold electronic brake at traffic lights. Every driver sitting at a long red light holds the brake pedal down with their foot the entire time. The left leg gets tired, the foot cramps, and there is always a slight anxiety about accidentally lifting off the pedal and rolling into the car ahead. What most drivers with electronic parking brakes do not know is that many of these systems include an auto hold function. Press the auto hold button, usually located near the electronic parking brake switch on the center console. When active, the car holds itself at a complete stop without any foot on the brake. Release the brake pedal completely and the car stays put. When the accelerator is pressed to move forward, the hold releases automatically. No rolling, no foot fatigue, no anxiety. Once activated, it stays on for every stop until the setting is turned off. Drivers who discover this feature at a traffic light for the first time consistently say the same thing. Why did nobody tell them about this years ago? It transforms stop-and-go commuting from exhausting to effortless. Secret number 13, cooled and ventilated glove box. On a hot summer day, the water bottle in the glove box is warm within minutes of parking. What most drivers never check is whether their glove box has a small vent connected directly to the air conditioning system. Many vehicles, even in mid-range trims, route a small amount of cooled air from the AC system into the glove box through a vent that can be opened or closed with a small dial or lever inside the compartment. When open, the glove box stays noticeably cooler than the rest of the cabin. Bottled water, chocolate, medication that needs to stay below certain temperatures, or snacks on long drives all stay cool without a separate cooler. The vent is typically a small dial or slider located on the upper wall inside the glove box. Turn it to the open position and cold air flows in whenever the AC is running. Most drivers own their vehicle for years without ever noticing the dial or understanding what it controls. It is one of the most practical hidden features on this entire list, and it costs absolutely nothing to use. Secret number 12, speed-sensitive automatic volume control highway. Driving drowns out the radio with wind and road noise, forcing the volume up. Exit the highway into a quiet neighborhood, and the radio blasts at a volume that was comfortable at 70 miles per hour, but is painfully loud at 25. What most drivers do not realize is that most modern infotainment systems have a speed-sensitive volume feature that automatically adjusts the audio level based on vehicle speed. As speed increases, the volume gradually rises to compensate for road noise. As speed decreases, it lowers back down. The setting is usually found in the audio or sound settings menu of the infotainment system, often labeled speed compensated volume or automatic volume adjustment. It can typically be set to low, medium, or high sensitivity, depending on how aggressively the driver wants the system to compensate. Once activated, the constant volume adjustment between highway and city driving simply stops being a problem. It is the kind of set-it-and-forget-it feature that quietly improves every single drive without ever needing attention again. Secret number 11, digital speedometer, hidden in instrument cluster. The analog speedometer needle is familiar, but reading the exact speed at a glance while keeping eyes on the road is not always easy, especially at night or in bright sunlight. What many drivers do not know is that most modern vehicles have a digital speedometer display built into the instrument cluster or available through the driver information screen, showing the exact speed in large, clear numbers. On most vehicles, cycling through the information display using the buttons on the steering wheel reveals the digital speed readout as one of the available screens. Some vehicles display it permanently alongside the analog gauge. Others show it in the heads-up display projected onto the windshield. A precise digital number is significantly easier to read at a glance than interpreting where a needle falls between hash marks on a dial. For drivers who frequently travel through school zones, construction zones, or speed camera areas, knowing the exact speed, rather than estimating, is genuinely valuable. It is already built into the car. It just needs to be found and turned on. If any of these hidden features just change the way you think about your car, hit like and subscribe. The next 10 include some of the most useful discoveries on this entire list. Secret number 10. Power outlet or USB socket in the trunk phones. Portable coolers, air mattresses for camping, tire inflators, and emergency lights all need power. Most drivers only know about the outlets in the cabin. What many do not realize is that a large number of SUVs, trucks, and even sedans have a 12-volt power outlet, or USB socket, installed inside the trunk or cargo area. Check the sidewalls of the trunk near the floor, or along the rear of the cargo area. On many vehicles, there is a covered outlet that provides the same power as the cabin sockets. For road trips, this means a cooler can run in the trunk without a cable stretched through the back seat. For emergencies, a tire inflator can plug in right next to the tire. It costs nothing to check whether the outlet is there. If it is, it immediately becomes one of the most useful features in the vehicle. Secret number 9. Easy entry and exit automatic seat. Positioning. Getting in and out of a car with the seat pushed all the way forward for a tall driver or all the way back for a short one is a daily wrestling match. What most drivers do not know is that many vehicles with power seats and memory settings have an easy entry and exit feature that automatically moves the seat and steering wheel back when the door opens and returns everything to the saved driving position when the door closes and the seat belt is fastened. This feature is usually activated through the vehicle settings menu under Seats or Comfort. Once enabled, the seat slides back and the steering wheel retracts every time the engine is turned off and the door opens. When the driver sits down, closes the door, and buckles in, everything moves back to the exact saved position automatically. It transforms getting in and out of the car from a physical negotiation into a seamless motion. Drivers with back or knee problems notice the improvement immediately. Secret number 8. Conversation mirror in the overhead console. Parents driving with kids in the back seat constantly twist around to check on them, taking eyes off the road for dangerous stretches of time. What many drivers with SUVs and minivans do not realize is that there is a small convex mirror built into the overhead console, positioned specifically to give the driver a clear view of the rear seat passengers without turning around. Open the overhead console housing, flip down the panel, and a wide-angle mirror shows the entire back seat row. It is designed specifically for parents monitoring children in car seats without craning their neck or adjusting the rear-view mirror away from its intended position. This feature is common on family-oriented vehicles from most major manufacturers. If the vehicle has an overhead console with a hinged panel, there is a good chance this mirror is already there, unused and undiscovered. Secret number 7. Hidden lumbar support adjustment. Lower back pain after long drives is one of the most common complaints among drivers. Most assume the seat is simply not comfortable and consider aftermarket cushions or seat covers. What many never discover is that their seat already has lumbar support adjustment built in, controlled by a small switch, dial, or lever on the side of the seat that most drivers have never noticed. Check the outer side of the driver's seat near the bottom, where the backrest meets the seat base. A small dial or rocker switch adjusts the lumbar support in and out, and on some vehicles up and down as well. Proper lumbar support changes the driving experience dramatically on long trips. It eliminates the slouching that causes fatigue and the lower back pressure that builds over hours of highway driving. Many drivers suffer through years of uncomfortable seats without ever finding a control that was within arm's reach the entire time. Secret number 6. HomeLink garage door opener. Built into the sun visor or mirror. Clipping a separate garage door remote to the visor, losing it between seats, or digging through the center console at the garage entrance is a daily frustration for millions of drivers. What many do not realize is that their vehicle may already have a universal garage door opener system built directly into the sun visor, rear view mirror housing, or overhead console. Look for a row of 3 small buttons near the top of the windshield area. These buttons are part of a system called HomeLink, and they can be programmed to open and close up to 3 different garage doors, gates, or home automation devices. Programming takes about 2 minutes using the existing garage remote as a reference signal. Once programmed, the visor remote is no longer needed. The garage opens with a single button press from a built-in control that never falls between seats, never needs a battery replacement, and never gets lost. Most vehicles from the last 15 years across almost every major brand include this system, and the majority of owners never program it because they never knew it was there. Secret number 5. Dashboard brightness dimmer wheel. Driving at night with a dashboard that glows like a screen in a dark room is distracting and makes it harder to see the road ahead. Most drivers assume the brightness is fixed or adjust it through the infotainment system without realizing there is a physical dial specifically for this purpose. Look near the headlight switch or on the lower left side of the dashboard. A small thumb wheel or roller dims the entire instrument cluster and dashboard lighting independently from the infotainment screen. Rolling it down reduces the glow to a faint, comfortable level that provides all the information needed without flooding peripheral vision with light. Rolling it up brightens everything for daytime visibility. What most drivers do not realize is that this dial also controls how bright the interior lighting is when doors are opened at night. Setting it to a comfortable nighttime level makes every aspect of the driving experience easier on the eyes during evening and nighttime driving. Secret number 4. Programmable power liftgate height. The power liftgate opens fully every time the button is pressed, and in a low-ceilinged garage, that means the trunk lid slams into the ceiling, cracking the light housing, scratching the paint on the liftgate, or denting the garage drywall. What most drivers with power liftgates do not realize is that the maximum opening height can be programmed and saved. Open the liftgate manually to the desired maximum height, making sure it clears the garage ceiling with room to spare. Then press and hold the liftgate close button on the liftgate itself for several seconds until a beep confirms the new height is saved. From that point forward, every automatic opening stops at that exact height. No more ceiling damage, no more scratched paint, and the liftgate still opens wide enough to load groceries or luggage without any issue. The exact programming method varies slightly by manufacturer, so checking the owner's manual confirms the specific button sequence. But on most vehicles, it is a 30-second setup that prevents hundreds of dollars in cosmetic damage. Secret number 3. Fold flat front passenger seat for long cargo, transporting something long like skis, lumber, curtain rods, or a surfboard means renting a truck or strapping it to the roof. What many drivers do not realize is that on numerous SUVs, crossovers, and even some sedans, the front passenger seat folds completely flat, or nearly flat, creating a continuous loading surface from the trunk all the way to the dashboard. Check the side of the passenger seat for a release lever, or look in the owner's manual under cargo or seating configurations. On vehicles equipped with this feature, pulling the lever drops the seat back forward until it is level with the seat cushion, creating a flat channel that accommodates items far longer than the trunk alone could handle. Combined with the rear seats folded down, some vehicles can carry items over 8 feet long inside the cabin with the doors closed. It is a feature that eliminates the need for a roof rack or a truck rental for the occasional long item, and most owners never discover it because folding the front seat is not something that occurs to most people to try. Secret number 2. Valet mode for privacy and speed limiting. Handing the car keys to a valet, a teenage driver, or a friend for a quick errand means trusting them with full access to the vehicle's performance, storage, and personal data. What most drivers do not know is that many modern vehicles have a valet mode, or restricted driving mode, that limits top speed, locks the glove box and trunk from opening, and on some models, restricts access to the infotainment system's saved addresses and phone contacts. On vehicles with a key fob, valet mode is often activated by using the physical backup key instead of the fob, which starts the car but limits its functions. On vehicles with a settings menu, valet mode can be activated with a PIN code that only the owner knows. Speed can typically be limited to 25 to 45 miles per hour, depending on the manufacturer. Some systems even log maximum speed reached, hard braking events, and distance driven during the valet session. For parents lending the car to a new driver, this feature provides genuine peace of mind that no settings menu adjustment can override without the PIN. Secret number 1. Adjustable pedals that telescope forward and back. Short drivers push the seat dangerously close to the steering wheel to reach the pedals. Tall drivers stretch their legs uncomfortably far forward. Both positions compromise safety and comfort in ways that seat adjustment alone cannot fully solve. What most drivers do not know is that many trucks, SUVs, and larger sedans have adjustable pedals that physically move the gas and brake pedal closer to or farther from the driver's seat. Look for a small switch on the lower left side of the dashboard or on the steering column. Pressing it moves both pedals forward or backward by several inches, completely independent of the seat position. This allows the driver to set the seat at a safe distance from the steering wheel and airbag, while still reaching the pedals comfortably with a proper bend in the knees. What makes this the most important feature on this entire list is the safety implication. Being too close to the steering wheel dramatically increases the risk of serious airbag injury in a frontal collision. Adjustable pedals eliminate the need to sit dangerously close. For households where multiple drivers of different heights share the same vehicle, this feature combined with seat memory creates a perfect driving position for every driver without compromise. It is the single most underrated safety feature in modern vehicles, and the majority of owners who have it do not even know the switch exists. How many of these features were already in your car without you knowing? Drop a comment with which one surprised you the most. And if this video just made your daily drive better, hit subscribe because there are still more hidden features that most drivers never find on their own. Click the next video for more.